The book of Numbers opens not with the dramatic escape of Exodus or the solemn instructions of Leviticus, but with a grand census, accounting of 1 million+ people, recently freed slaves, now organized and ready to move. Imagine the sheer scale, God's liberated nation, finally leaving the shadow of Mount Sinai, where they had received his holy laws, poised to march toward the promised land. But the journey, as with any great pilgrimage, was far from easy. The wilderness tested their spirit, and the voices of complaint soon began to rise. They grumbled about the food, the water, the hardship of the path. God, in his infinite patience, often provided miraculous solutions, yet their discontent often drew serious consequences. The true test of their faith came when they finally reached the very border of the promised land. Moses sent 12 spies, one from each tribe, to scout the land. 10 returned with a terrifying report. The land was indeed rich, but it was filled with giants and fortified cities, casting a dark cloud of fear over the entire camp. Only Joshua and Caleb stood firm, their eyes fixed on God's promises, urging the people to trust and advance. Yet, swayed by fear, the people chose to believe the fearful report and refused to enter. This act of unbelief and outright rebellion sealed their fate. God, in his righteous judgment, declared that because of their faithlessness, that entire generation, everyone 20 years and older, except for the faithful Joshua and Caleb, would wander in the wilderness for 40 long years, 1 year for each day the spies had explored the land. It was a sobering lesson on the cost of doubt. The remainder of the book chronicles these arduous 40 years. It's a continuous unfolding of human frailty, more rebellions, like Korah's defiant challenge to Moses' leadership, met with divine judgment, such as the earth opening to swallow dissenters, or fiery serpents biting the disobedient, though God also provided a way of healing through a bronze snake. Yet, through it all, God's unwavering provision endured. Manna appeared daily, water flowed from rocks, and a cloud by day, fire by night, continued to guide them. Even Moses, in a moment of frustration, stumbled, striking a rock instead of speaking to it, a single act of disobedience that meant even he would not lead the new generation into the promised land. As the old generation slowly faded, a new generation emerged, shaped by the wilderness, tempered by God's discipline. They were counted again, a fresh start. They encountered hostile kings and heard strange prophecies from a prophet named Balaam, whom God miraculously compelled to bless Israel instead of cursing them. Finally, after decades of wandering, the Israelites arrived at the eastern bank of the Jordan River. The wilderness journey was concluding. The stage was set, and this new, more obedient generation stood poised, ready to cross into the land God had promised their ancestors. Numbers is a profound testament to God's steadfast faithfulness, even when his people are persistently unfaithful. It vividly illustrates the grave consequences of unbelief and disobedience, yet it also beautifully showcases his patient guidance, miraculous provision, and his unwavering commitment to bringing his people to their promised inheritance. The bronze snake, lifted up in the wilderness to bring healing to those who looked upon it, is a powerful type of Jesus Christ, who was lifted up on the cross so that all who believe in him might have eternal life and be delivered from sin. This book reminds us that while the journey of faith can be long and challenging, God always leads his people to their ultimate, promised destiny.